Hello, this is Chris Coffey, Instructional Technology Coach for Bamberg School District 1. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to work with line spacing and how to work with styles, and this is in Google Docs. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go to Google Docs. As you can see, I'm already in the folder where I want to create my document. I'm going to click on New, Google Docs, and this time I'm going to create from a template, and it's going to take me to the template gallery. And just for fun, we'll do class notes. And it's going to create that for me. And you notice it's already set up with nice title and dates and headings and those kind of things. But it's also got a lot of gibberish. So if you're getting, started with Google Docs, I've said this in another video, templates are a good way to kind of get an idea of what you can do, and you don't have to know a lot about formatting. The problem is you're going to have to delete all of the writing in there and create your own. So as you get more familiar with the way of formatting a document, a Google Doc, you probably don't want to mess with templates too much. But let's go ahead and get started. The first thing we're going to cover is line spacing. So let's say these were your class notes, but you wanted to add a place for students to write their own comments underneath. Maybe you're going to print this out and give them a hard copy as well as a digital copy. So I'm going to come down here, I'm going to hit enter, I'm going to do away with the bullet, and I'm just going to add some lines, some spacing here for them to write. But the problem is, you can probably see, the lines are really close together. So all I have to do is highlight the lines that I want to separate, and I'm going to actually include the line above it so that there's space above. And I'm going to go to my line spacing option right up here. Now right now it's on custom. I can choose from some of the defaults, which would be single, space and a half, or double space. Or I can come over here to custom spacing, which I'm going to do in just a second. I personally am going to remove the space before a paragraph, or in this case the list item. And ultimately why is you want to be able to control spacing. There are times you may want to use that, but I find using line spacing works better than having space before and after paragraphs. So I'm going to come over here to custom spacing, and I'm going to change this to 2.5. For most students, 2.5 is more than enough room for them to write. If you're working with some younger students who don't have fine motor skills yet, you might want to go up to 3 or even 3.5 for very young grades. But 2.5 usually gives students enough room to write, even if their handwriting's a little large. So I'm going to do 2.5, and I'm going to apply. And once I do, you'll notice I've got plenty of room now for the students to write their own notes or reflections underneath. So that's line spacing. It's pretty cut and dry. It's very similar to Microsoft Word. Something else that's in Microsoft Word that teachers and students alike tend to ignore are styles. Everybody likes to make their documents pretty, but they always jump straight to the font section. They change the font and the size and the color and all the good stuff. But it's really good to get in the habit of using styles. So you'll notice right now I'm on title because I have clicked on the title. If I come back down here to the body, it's going to say normal text. A lot of people are like, well, why do I need to do that if I can just change it up in the fonts? Well, two reasons. One is you keep consistency, especially in the headings. Right now you'll notice that all the headings of the different notes are the same. If I'm doing this manually, it's really easy to make a mistake and start looking a little unprofessional with just a list of different fonts and colors and sizes, and it just doesn't look as clean. And the other thing is it's letting the document know this is a heading. And you're going to be able to use that for things like table of contents or note outlines and those kind of things. So let me go ahead and show you some of these things. One, all you have to do to create the style is if you highlight, you just click on here and you tell it which style you want. So in this case it's title, but if you notice the sample is different. That means they changed the color of the title. Sorry about that. They changed the color of the title after they made it a title. If I click on it now, it'll go back to whatever the default was. I'm going to undo that and say, you know what, that's the way I want my titles to look. It's pretty. So I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to click on this arrow right beside title, and instead of apply title, I'm going to update title to match what I've highlighted. So you're going to see when I go back, now this is what every title I use in this document will look like. Same thing here with the headings. Maybe I don't want green. Maybe I want it to be a blue. So I'm going to come up here and change this to blue. Let's see, how's that look? A little bit too light, so let me undo that. And change that to a darker blue. Let's go real dark. There we go. Let's do that. And I'm going to say heading number 2 instead of green, I want it to be blue now, so I'm going to update heading 2 to match my selection. And once I've done that, you're going to notice all my other headings have also changed. I didn't change them manually. And so if you have a lot of headings and things, that just saves you time. So some of those extra features that you get, so let me go ahead and show you that. I can come in here and say insert, table of contents. I'm just going to do page numbers. If you had 10 pages of notes, this could be really useful. It says, all right, well, on this date, you have notes for social studies, social science, and math, and they're on pages 1 and 2. On the 3rd, you have science notes, and they're on page 2. And so this is something you can add to a longer document, which is nice. And then the other thing that you can do is you can actually view an outline form. So if I come up here to view and say show document outline, it will bring this up, and I can actually jump to the place that I want to go to. So this is a nice way to keep things organized that way. So there are those are just a couple of the reasons why using styles is beneficial versus jumping straight to the fonts. The fonts are easy enough to change, and there are times you might want to highlight, a specific word and just change the font. But for things like headings and titles, try to start using the styles options. It's something to get in the habit of doing to keep your document professional and to give you those extra added features. I hope this video has been informative. If you have any questions, check out the website and the link in the description. And thank you for watching.